Hey everyone, it's Josh, and my dryer's going in the background in my bathroom, and got the door mostly closed. But if you hear some fumbling around, it is my dryer. I do apologize if that sound comes through on the video. So in my last video, I once again reiterated, like I did a couple of weeks ago, why I believe Gen Z men just aren't very good at being attractive to women their age. And I stated my reasons for it. And I think the main reason for it is that Gen Z men are basically, I mean, not to be disrespectful, but cowards. These are guys that, when another guy is bullying them, they don't fight their own battles. They don't stand up to the guy. They don't pick up their own fists and fight. They call the police, or they tell a professor about it at their college, try to get the dude expelled, and so on and so forth. And I spent most of the last video, as I spent most of the videos from a couple of weeks ago, explaining that women are very turned off by that behavior. A woman's first instinctual thing that she has to think about when she's meeting a man is, can or will this man protect me in the face of danger? Just on a biological level, that's the first thing a woman really needs to know about you. And if you're running to the police or you're running to a professor every time you have a bully or a potential fistfight on your hands, that woman's not going to think that you're the kind of guy that can protect her, because you don't seem to ever want to fight your own battles. And so, but what I forgot to say in the last video is that being a stand-up guy, being the willing to pick these up when you have a bully, instead of having your professors or the police or someone else fight your battles for you or protect you, isn't about girls. You shouldn't be a stand-up guy to be attractive to girls. Being a stand-up guy, a guy who's willing to stand up to his own bullies, win or lose, is about respect. And it's not even about respect from girls or even respect from other guys. It's about respecting yourself. It's about character. All right? It's about character. You know, and this especially goes for a lot of you Gen Z guys who love to talk smack to guys on the internet. You'll call guys names on the internet all day long, but the minute they want to come find you and fight you, you're hiding in your house, or you're calling the police, or you're reporting them to the school or something. When you do that, you're showing not only yourself but everybody else around you that you have absolutely no character. None. You have no real code that you live by. You have no depth of personality. You have no soul behind whatever facade of personality you put on. And so you've got to learn to man up in these situations just for that reason. Just so that you can look yourself in the mirror every night and know that you have some backbone, that you have some character. You know, for a guy like me, if you're a guy that I'm meeting in my life and I find out that you're the kind of guy who does this kind of thing, somebody's bullying you on campus, and instead of standing up to him yourself, you're like calling the police or reporting him to the school or whatever, big red flags are going to go off in my head about your character. And I'm not going to trust you. Just as a human being, I'm not going to trust you. Because how do you trust a person like that? You can't trust a person that runs and tries to get everybody else to fight their battles for them every time they're afraid or alarmed about something. That's the kind of person that will talk about you when you're not around. That's the kind of person that you can't depend on when you need a friend to be a friend to you. I mean, that's just the kind of person that's really gotten not too many good redeeming qualities. So, in the last video, I made this about girls because the question was, why does Gen Z have the hardest time any generation's ever had with being attractive to, um, why do Gen Z men have such a hard time being attractive to Gen Z women? And that's why. But this really isn't about girls. Girls don't come with you into the bathroom. When you're brushing your teeth, ain't no girl standing there with you. The only person looking back at you in the mirror is you. And you got to be able to look yourself in the mirror and have some pride in yourself. If you don't stand up to your own bullies, everything else about your character that you say you live by immediately comes into question, and it immediately comes into major question. Because you're showing that when the heat is on, when stuff gets real for you, your first instinct is to either run from it or to get someone else to fight your battle for you. I don't understand how anybody can look themselves in the mirror and have any pride or faith in themselves when that's how they act, when that's how they are. And unfortunately, that's how about 90% of Gen Z guys out. Now, there are some really solid Gen Z young men out there. I've met some of them. And for you young Gen Z guys who are truly solid, I respect the hell out of you. I respect you even more than I respect the solid guys from my generation, because in your generation, it's almost socially unacceptable to have solid character. But you guys choose to rock with solid character anyway. So the few Gen Z guys out there who are truly solid dudes and have real character, my hat is off to you. I give you all the respect in the world. I can't even put into words how much I respect you. And this is coming from a guy in his 40s. But for most of the rest of you, why do you, I don't understand. You'll never learn to fight your own battles if you do stuff like this. So what happens when there's no professor to run to, and the cops can't do nothing to protect you from a certain situation? You spent your whole life learning not to fight your own battles. You know, you're running to a professor every time you hear a bad word or, a slur or something, instead of confronting the person that you have a problem with. You're not going to be able to handle the real world. So that's what I had to say about this, man. I mean, like I said, the last video was about girls, but I want to make sure that these young Gen Z guys knows this goes way beyond girls. This goes about being a decent human being, having some character about yourself. You can't say you're a decent human being if you won't stand up to your own bullies. If your first instinct is to, run to a professor or the police or whatever when you've got a situation on your hands. Heck, most of you run to a professor even when the situation isn't a physical threat. You guys are 20, 21 years old, running to a professor, crying like a 5-year-old. Oh, he called me a bad name. I need my safe space. And you guys got to get past that. If for no other reason, for your own sense of self-esteem, so you can have some character and some pride in yourself. That's all for today.